Hello, today I've decided to show you a video on how to do ink washing. I've scoured the internet and couldn't find any, so here we go. First of all, I'm going to start with what I use. And I have a broadhead tip fine point, a very fine point, you can hardly see it, and a sort of dry brushing fine point that's been well used, well loved. Then I've also got a much broader tip point, and here's the four brushes side by side for visual comparison. Do it like this, and there you go. There we go. So you've got the fine point on the bottom, then you've got the broader fine point in the middle, then you've got the dry brush fine point on the upper, and then you've got the much broader brush. Okay, so ink washing. I've decided to do a black ink wash, and so I started out with just black acrylic paint. Super boring, easy to use, cheap to buy. And I decided to use these little miniature models, so I spray painted them tan. That's all I've done is spray paint them tan. To show you a visual comparison, I already did one, and here's the difference. You'll notice that this guy does not have any highlighting at all, and that this guy does. So, what I do is I take my black acrylic paint, I pour it into a cup that I don't want anymore. These are pretty easy to find, and go dig around in trash bins, don't bother buying them from anybody. I fill it about right there, which is about an eighth, a quarter of the way full, with black acrylic paint, and then fill the rest with water. So there we have lovely bit of black water, basically. Now the amount of water to paint ratio is kind of experimental, so I can't really give you some magical numbers. 1 to 4, 1 to 8. Basically, when you stir it up, you want it to be very liquidy. So you can see right there, that's actually probably a little bit too thick, but I'm going to go with it because that's what I've been using. So as you can see, I'm sort of tapping it off, getting off any excess. That's kind of one main key to getting rid of a little bit of the paint before you actually use it. And because these models are so small, I'm not actually going to use the larger brush. I'm going to use the fine point dry brush. So I'm going to grab my model who needs to be dry brushed or ink washed, and I'm going to stick my ink washing thing in here, and basically going to go over the model. So as you can see, I'm just doing his pants basically, and so that I can see what I'm doing, I'm going to spin it around real quick. So there we are. And pants don't take very long, so I'll have them done for you real quick here. There we go. And okay. Now that's the front of them. Super boring because pants. This particular side decided to do the back of the pants. So you can see how it's kind of gone into the crevices. Yeah. Boom. And boom. Keep in mind that I'm doing this where I can't actually see it, so be generous, please. But there we have it. And then I'm going to take my larger brush, wipe away some of the excess. Now, because I don't want it on these knee pads, I'm actually going to take my finger and wipe some away until I get rid of it all. But basically it's going to sit there like that. Now you can see it more pulls up in the crevasses, which is what we want. There we go. Alright, now another thing I'm going to do on this particular model is I'm going to do his arms. You're not really going to be able to see his arms, but it turns them darker. And there we have it. And you'll be able to notice on this arm it seems to be a little bit darker. Also, we'll go inside of his visor. You see the wet paint inside of the visor. And so that's the basics. Now another cool thing that I can do is he's got this really cool shoulder pad with some recesses. And so I'm just going to dab. You see I just basically dabbed some dabs inside of his shoulder pad so that he's got water in there. And basically all this is just black water with a little bit of paint in it. So it's not incredibly hard, and that's pretty much the basic of it, as far as I know, ink washing. So if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give me some advice. Did I do a good job? Did I do a bad job? This is pretty much my first video that I've ever made. So, yeah. Thank you for watching, and give me some comments. Thanks.